How's the fit feel?
Perfect. All right.
Really good.
10-year-old Julian Reynoso loves Pokemon, Legos, and riding his scooter. But after losing all or part of 9 of his fingers in a car accident, those things became harder to do. Julian and his mom survived the crash, but his dad and 2 siblings were killed. Julian also suffered burns over much of his body.
So knowing what to build off of, and I'll show you the socket.
When engineering student Ryan Kissinger heard Julian's story, he knew he wanted to help.
At first, he had a bandana around his face because he was walking around on the college campus, so he might have not been too comfortable with people. But he really warmed up to us, and he's a really funny kid. He's got a really good personality. He's very charismatic. So it's been wonderful to meet him and talk to him as well.
22-year-old Ryan is studying at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and is part of the school's Quality of Life Plus Club. Its mission is to use technology to help people overcome physical challenges, and Ryan thought designing bionic hands for Julian would be one way to help.
He actually came into the lab, and we got to take molds of his hands, just get sort of an initial idea of what everything looked like.
Ryan and the rest of the team raised $8,000 and put in long hours to get the design of the hands just right. Because Julian's injuries are different on each hand, they needed to come up with 2 different designs. And the fact that his hands are smaller than an adult's and that he's still growing proved to be challenges. But the students didn't give up, trying again and again until they got it just right.
So basically, we turned it into a model on the computer that we could use and manipulate and then design around it.
Using a 3D printer, they made the prosthetics out of a material that would be both cool and comfortable for Julian.
Are we good? You guys ready? Yeah. Okay.
Ryan says working on the project has meant a lot to all of them.
It's just absolutely incredible. It's blown my mind. I mean, Julian's such a strong kid, and it's so incredible just to see that. So that's definitely been a motivation for my team. But it just feels really good to give back. It just feels good to be some kind of a restoring force in, a chaotic world where random things can happen.
And he says he hopes others are inspired by their story, which he views as a
metaphor for compassion, a metaphor for how goodness can triumph over tragedy, how people are innately good, how there's goodness within us, and we like to share that with our community. I think that's what it truly stands for.
This is InsideEdition.com.